Hello, my name is Luke Harveston, and let's get started. So, I am a native of Washington my whole life, and I grew up in Washington for my entire life, so I didn't really get to have the whole cultural experience of a different country as far as living in a different country. But I did take intensive German through my college career, and I am familiar with the German socio-dynamics. So, for instance, one thing that would be a little different moving to Germany would be when you go to a restaurant, you have to say Zahlen, which means check. Otherwise, they won't bring your check until the restaurant closes. I think it's more they want people to have social dynamics with each other and be able to have conversations without being interrupted. So that's a little bit of like an identity thing, like adjusting to the culture. I think personally, if I were to move to Germany, I would probably be quite depressed for a little while because I wouldn't know anybody. I would probably resort to like social media platforms to try to get to know people and spend my time in social interactions. Um, so I think that's one of the things that would change me. Just like Alice in the article was saying how she got depressed because she was with people that only spoke English in France, so she didn't even get to learn the language really and try to practice speaking with it, um, which is, I think, reasonable. I think she wanted to learn the language and didn't have the people that were surrounding her that would help with that, and she also missed home as well. Um, One thing I find now in my everyday life is I code switch between German and English. So a lot of phrases I'll put into German just because I remember the German phrases and I like hearing it. So for example, I use the phrase "the bad witch" sometimes, which means, or which in German is "die böse Hexe," and I use that like, I don't know, talking about like the Wizard of Oz or something random. I use that phrase, and like sometimes I'll have uh, like conversations with people that I took German with, and we'll speak German for half of it, but then switch to English for like words that we're not like entirely sure to how to phrase it. Um, but like contextual wise, the German words might make a little bit more sense, so we might use German for that. Um, so I think that pretty much wraps up everything. Like I said, the issues that I would think would come up would just be like the cultural adaptation if you could speak the language fluently, as well as like socio dynamics with the people that live there. Um, and then like I said with the video by Dr. Smith, um, she said that the code switching with the person in the restaurant was an example she used, and I think I do that a lot with my German buddies. So it's kind of nice to relate to these articles. So thank you very much.